everyone, and welcome back. If you guys have been watching the videos that Zachary has put up on this snowmobile right here, you've watched him go through quite a lengthy process in getting it all cleaned up, because I had totally let this one go. And got it running real nice. And then towards the end, if you just watched that last video, he would take it out on the lake and get going a little ways and it would die. So, and he was doing that to test it to see if it was reliable enough for me to be able to take it to the tent and cross the lake and back without having any trouble. And we've been looking for one, wanted a snowmobile that I could use to go ice fishing with. And now I was already supposed to have done the winter trip and gone ice fishing, but the problem with the ice fishing is up here you can't get on the lakes very easy, which I explained into another video. So I have to take the four-wheeler. And even when I went and looked at the lake, a snowmobile would be much better. So I was kind of waiting for this. With the tent winter trip, I had it all planned out, and then about 2 weeks ago we hit a cold spell. And we have been, you saw, which we'll explain the other snowmobile here in a couple minutes, it was 31 below zero this morning. And the other day I had a meeting for work. I was driving down to the cities. I had filled up with fuel that morning at Quick Trip, and I went in and did it where the 18-wheelers do it. Anyway, I got down the road maybe another 10 or 15 miles, and as when I'd go down to the low spots, it got down to 33 below, and my truck started to not run right, and it was like for the first time in my life I was having fuel that was gelling up. So I pulled into a town called Moose Lake down there, and Melissa drove down there, and because I wanted her to follow me home, it would idle just fine, and I went to one of the auto parts stores there and put in some Diesel 911 and whatever's in the white can for anti-gel. I've never had that trouble before because a lot of the places will treat their fuel this time of year to minus 40. And I read online that Quick Trip might only do it to 25 below. I'm not sure, and I don't even know if they treat the 18-wheeler fuel. So anyway, that did not work. So, but anyway, because of this cold spell, I have not went up to the tent yet because I've been up there before for the winter trip when I had 36 or 38 below zero, and that is really cool for the video, and it's like, yeah, I did it, but it takes a lot of wood to heat the tent up, and then you're burning a lot of wood, where if I can go up there when it's only getting to be 10 or 15 below and it's getting 10 above in the day, it's just a much more enjoyable trip, because at 30 below, I don't want to put on my snowshoes and walk across the lake to check things out. It's cold. So, so I put that off, but now it looks like right now it's like 9 below. It's pretty nice. It looks like about 7 more days, and we're finally, tonight we're going to go back down to about almost 30 below. And then in about 7 days, it's going to warm up to here anyway. There's a high of 15 degrees. So today is Thursday. Next week, Thursday or Friday, Zachary and I have a plan to go ice fishing. And then I think I'll stay here the weekend because Melissa will be, you know, not working. And then Monday morning, I will head up to the tent. That's the plan right now. Well, anyway, I want a snowmobile. This year I want to do it with the snowmobile. I'm not always going to cross with the snowmobile. I still enjoy seeing how my body's doing when I have to cross with the snowshoes, pulling the sled, killing yourself, getting across the lake. But I want to do it with the snowmobile this year, and I was really hoping that my dad would come up for the winter trip. That's why I really wanted a snowmobile. But he said at his age now, if something happened with the snowmobile and we're at the cabin, he knows he can't walk that 3/4 of a mile or a mile through the snow to get back out. So he opted out, which is fine. You know, I offered it. But anyway, so Zach brought this up, and he's got so far, and then it quits. So we don't know if it needs like a upper end rebuild, new rings and gaskets or what. And I kind of wanted to wait until Zach posted that video, which he just did, and to get the comments from you guys, because there's a lot of good comments in there about maybe there's fuel that has gotten down below and the compression isn't right. And I'll just wait a couple of days and get all the comments on that so we know what the next thing to do with this one is. But I wasn't comfortable taking this one across the lake to the tent. So it was like, you know what? I've been thinking about doing it anyway. I'm going to buy a different sled. But like I said, it's, I don't know, 9 below, probably might be 10 below now. It drops really fast. It's going back down to about 30 below. I wanted to see how this one, see if it'll start. really can't complain at all. I mean, it's just by fourth pull at 9 or 10 below zero, whatever it is, it fires right up. So whatever needs to be done with the motor on this one, and just reading those comments, these 488s are fan cooled. They're just a bulletproof motor. So I mean, even though the sled's a little beat up and stuff, I could care less what it looks like, as long as it gets me from point A to point B. And I do think that we'll, you know, do whatever tinkering needs to be done so I can use this one. It's a nice, quick little sled, and I like it. I've had it for quite a while. But then, you know, I was looking at sleds, and they are selling fast right now. I looked, and there was a lot of them, and I kept asking questions about them, and I looked at actually some newer ones too. Like this is a 2000. I was looking at one that was a 2008, but it was more of a muscle machine. I think it was a MXZ 1000, 2008. And I looked up the specs on it, and it's like, I don't need a sled that'll go 128 to 143 miles an hour. I want a sled that'll do 20 miles an hour to get me ice fishing, get me across the lake and back, but always get me across the lake and back. So this one came up after, like I said, several of them. And this one, when I saw this one, it was like, immediately I felt like this is the one. It only has 1,520 miles on it. It's got electric start. I wanted electric start, and I wanted reverse. Putting it off and on a trailer without reverse, or even if I don't park it on the lake and were to drive it up by the tent with all the trees, reverse would just be real nice to get around. And I don't know, I just thought, like, if you're going to buy one, get what you want. But I didn't want to spend no $10,000 or whatever, you know. I don't have that kind of money to spend on a sled that I'm just going to use for that kind of stuff. But anyway, I picked this one up. It's almost in mint condition. I mean, there's a couple of scratches, reverse, electric start. But when you saw the beginning of this video, I came out, and I don't know, it was 15, almost 16 below. That was yesterday morning, because I bought it the night before. And it started, because I need to know what my limits are. Because, like I said, I've been at the tent when it's 35 below zero or whatever. And I've left the tent when it was 20 below zero to walk back to the truck. I need to know, when will this snowmobile reliably start? So it started pretty good at whatever that was, almost 16. Then this morning when I come out at 31 below, nope. It wouldn't start. And then I waited until it warmed up to, you guys saw what it was, I don't know, 15 point something, and then it started again. So I'm just kind of learning its limits, since I'm going to be going up to the tent like within 10 days. And it, so far, I mean, it just, I don't know, seems like a nice sled. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks a lot for watching. Now you're up to date on the tent winter trip coming up, and ice fishing, and this cold spell. I just wish it would break. You get into winter this time of year, and you know, if it's only going to be 10 below to, you know, 10 above, winter really isn't that bad at those temperatures. But when you start going 15 below, 20 below, 30 below, it's just plain cold. You can't go outside, even if you're dressed for it. You have to keep moving all the time. It just takes the enjoyment out of it. Usually we don't get any long stretches like that, but this year now we have had, it's been 2 weeks. But I can't complain about the rest of the winter before that. Just been way milder than it has been. But I'll be happy when this breaks, and spring is going to be coming up pretty quick. I will see you guys on the next video.